and welcome to the Hello Plum podcast. This is episode 9. I'm so happy that you have decided to take a little bit of time to just visit with me a little bit. I'm going to show you what I've been up to this past week, and thanks again for joining me. My name is Carrie, and you can find me on social media. On Instagram, I am at Charlie's Girl 123, and I do have an email associated with this YouTube channel. It's helloplum10 at gmail.com. If you are looking to connect with me, those are really the best places to do that, other than just leaving me a comment or a like on this video. That really does help me out. I appreciate all the comments and the likes and the subscribes. It's a lot of fun for me to get to engage with all of you. So real quick, just gonna, I didn't work on a ton this week, but I do have a finish for cross stitch that I'm really excited about. And I have had, once I got that focus piece done, then I just worked on one other one. I have been knitting some, and I do have some things to show you for that. But I am between work and needing to go run an errand, so I am actually going to just real quick get on here and show you what I got, and let's get started. The first thing I want to talk about is the finish that I had, and I'm so happy to have this done. It is, today is October 17th, and I wanted to have this piece done before October even started, and that did not happen. However, I will say that now that it's done, it was worth every single stitch, every single bead, and I am thrilled with how it came out. But when I said last week that I was going to try to get it done this week, I had no idea how much I still had left. It looked like it was not going to be that much. It was a ton. So this is Wanda's Wands, finally finished and framed and very happy on my shelf in my living room. It is a Mill Hill buttons and beads kit, and it is, I wish I could do it justice. And I wish you could see the glow-in-the-dark thread, but I don't know how to get that to pick up on camera. This white, like, spark, and then these two little right by the cauldron, as well as the words in the sign, those are all glow-in-the-dark. And I'm super impressed with how well they glow. But oh my gosh, the details in the cauldron, and Wanda with her hand on her hip, pointing her wand, it just made me so happy. Yeah, this is absolutely delightful. The button, the other kits that I've had 2 holes to stitch it on at the end. This button, I don't know if it was something that just happened when it was being manufactured, or if it's only meant to have 1 hole, but I had to get a little creative about how I stitched the button on, and that was okay. Yeah, it's okay. I would have preferred it to have 2. It would have made it a little easier, but I think I got it on there in a way that looks okay. Oh my gosh, and the other glow-in-the-dark area is this little jack-o'-lantern. You can see the little white eyes, I think. Those are glow-in-the-dark as well, and it's just really lovely. And I love these Mill Hill frames that you can purchase that are specific, to this size of kit. And I will definitely do more of these. I do have the, what's it called? Honeybee or bumblebee. And I was working on that for a little while, but I think I'm going to get that one back out. I already have one for Christmas that I can put in here that's completed. But I'm going to get the bee out and try to have that done by spring. And then I can just sort of, rotate the 3 until I make more. throughout the year. So very happy to have that completed, and like I said, very involved to get it all done. I actually did have a stiff neck the day after I finished this because I sat so long trying to get it done, but worth every ache and pain. All right, I think I'm just gonna set that back here. I don't know if we'll be able to see it or not. No, it looks like I'm gonna block it if I do that. So maybe we can set it there. There, I have a little bit of a look at it. When I was finished with that, I did not work on my treasure hunt bookshelf at all this week. Wanda took up all my time, and then I really wanted to make sure that I did work on my next piece for a bit that I had intended to, which is a dimensions kit. It's called Glory of Autumn, and very, very pretty. A lot of, super autumnal colors and perfect for the season. So I have seen other people work on this, and they had changed their fabric. I really didn't feel like I needed to do that. In fact, I'm kind of glad that I didn't. It's just a 14 count Aida, which I don't mind working on ever. There are times when I feel more like working on linen or, Lugana or something else, but I enjoy Aida sometimes because it's easier on my eyes and my brain sometimes, especially if I'm stitching after I had a long day at work, or, I'm tired or I have a little bit of a headache or something. I just find Aida very easy to work with, and I'm glad that I didn't switch anything out. As I've been working on it this past week, I really do feel like this was a good choice for me. So I did show it last time, and what I did this time was I filled in more in the tree. I got rid of quite a few of the park threads actually from last time, but I decided, can you see? There is some stitching here. It's sky. So what I decided to do was work in a way where I'm parking a thread, and then I'm coming back up and I'm going to work across the top row in, like I had said last time, I've been, kind of experimenting with the typewriter method, which is something that Stitch and Mommy came up with. And, you just pick your topmost, leftmost symbol and work within that 10 by 10 block, and then continue working across as you can to use up your thread as much as possible. Obviously, if there's nothing moving across, then I would work down instead, which I haven't had to do. But I did this is such a light blue, you can barely see it. But I did work some park threads in, and then I came over and I got some treetops and continued to work in this, the sky here. And I didn't make it past the halfway point in the pattern. So that was kind of nice. It doesn't look like I did very much, but I actually did get, I want to say maybe 300 or 400 stitches in here. This was so confetti heavy, and it doesn't look like much, but I did get quite a bit done. So my plan is just to continue to work on that this week, as time allows, and see what I can get done. I think I'm gonna continue to work on it through the end of the month, and then kind of reevaluate if I want to move on from that, or if I want to continue, maybe pull out another piece, that's autumnal also, give that a little bit of love. I'm really not sure. I'm giving some thought to kind of my plans for next year and what kind of rotation I'm going to want to have, because it's strange because my projects bring me so much joy, and I don't usually feel overwhelmed by the amount of projects that I have going. And I don't think I'm overwhelmed so much by that. I think what I'm feeling is disorganized. I don't know when it happened, but at some point, I feel like things just kind of left their designated area. I think I ran out of room, honestly. I think I ran out of room. honestly, and started putting things in multiple places, and it's left me feeling like I don't know where anything is, and it's stressing me out a little bit. So I want to try to work on things to, try to get some things completed, which I think is why it felt so good to get Wanda done, because it's one less in my rotation. Do I have other things that I'm going to start? Oh yeah, I've got things that are kitted and just need to get started. But I think I need to get organized more than I need to do any kind of like whip down where I, go out of my way and really try to complete things, because I don't want to have that pressure on myself. It makes me feel, takes some of the fun out of it for me. So I'm hoping to get organized and then come up with a plan where maybe there's a rotation and I can, touch everything in a year. I know that I've got between 40 and 50 pieces, I think, and those are just the ones that are started. So, that being said, if you have any suggestions for like, how do you categorize, like, do you have all your full coverage together? Do you have all your smalls together? Do you have all your samplers together? How? I feel overwhelmed because I don't even know where to start. I guess maybe I'll watch some other channels and see if I can get that figured out. Otherwise, maybe I'll just go back to spinning my my wheel and try to do it that way. But I would love to know what you guys do to, to figure out a rotation for yourselves. So that is actually all I have for the cross stitch. I'm going to try to work on, Glory of Autumn some more. I'm going to try to get some treasure hunt bookshelf in, and we'll see where I land up next week. I also did do some knitting, which has been really lovely. I have continued to work on the drippity drop sock pattern. I turned the heel, and I think the last time I filmed, I had completed the heel flap and the heel turn, and I did get just a little bit more done on this. Actually, let me show you. I forgot I put this on a blocker. This is what the sock looks like completed. It is, I don't remember if I said, this is a pattern by Kay Jones of the Bakery Bears, and I absolutely love this texture. And this actually, I want to say it's called a square heel, and I had never done one of those before, and it fits fantastic. And then this toe is also different. I think it's called the umbrella toe. Yeah, I think this is the umbrella toe. And it's round decreases. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about the fit of that. It has been, I really like it. I don't usually do that. I usually just do, where you knit straight up the foot and then you just decrease on both sides until you have about 12 stitches left. And then I Kitchener or graft the toe shut. So it's kind of like a flat toe, which works well for me because I don't have any toes that are super long compared to the others or anything like that. So that usually works well for me, but I actually really enjoy this, and I think that's pretty. The spiral effect that came with this yarn. I think it's really cool how it pooled, and yeah, this yarn is actually this is I have the label. I didn't think I did, but I guess I do. This is a Yarn Bee from Hobby Lobby, and it is called Stonework. It is a 100% superwash merino wool. I thought that there was nylon in here, and I believe I even said that there was last time I showed these. Apparently I'm wrong, and there's not, but it's very nice. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I'm using a size 0 Chalgu 32-inch circular needle, and I am knitting it magic loop. So I did go around and I picked up for the gusset, and now I will work down the foot. Let me see if I can just get this to there. Yeah, so now round and round and round to the toe. Hopefully I will be hoping to have them done by next week. I have been, now that Wanda's done, I've been taking this to work with me to knit on my, my lunch and my shorter breaks. So I'm hoping to have that done relatively soon. The other knitting project that I've been working on, I actually should talk about what I'm wearing because I put this on purpose, because this is the same sweater that I am currently knitting. I have knit this one and then another one also out of palette. The other one though is knit according to the pattern exactly. This one I did modify. This is a Tin Can Knits pattern. It's called Flax Sock now because it's knit out of sock weight yarn, I would assume. When I originally knit this, it was called Flax Light. And I believe that was the name of it for the brown one that I knit as well, the other one in palette. But this is my favorite sweater pattern. I did make 3/4 length, sleeves. This is Knit Picks Stroll, which I know I have said in previous episodes is my absolute favorite sock yarn. It's magical. It is so soft, and I think especially the tweed, it really, it doesn't pill a lot on me, and the tweed, kind of has nubbies on it anyway, so I feel like it really does kind of hide any kind of pilling or imperfections that there might be. But this is without a doubt one of my favorite makes ever. This is called North Pole Heather, this color, and I loved it so much I knit a pair of socks out of it, and then was so in love with the color that I got an entire sweater quantity and knit this up almost immediately. So it's very nice. It's a raglan construction. The neck, very simple. You just, stitch the neck or, knit the neck, go down, increase for your shoulders. You, come off for the sleeves and then down the body and come back and do the sleeves. And it is a free pattern. I think I said the last time you can find it on Ravelry, but Tin Can Knits actually has a really neat app. I have an Android, so I don't know if it's available for Apple devices too, but on the Android, I was able to get it, and it is wonderful. That app, I think it's got 10 free patterns on it. It's really cool, and it's a neat way to keep track of what you're doing. It has all the instructions for those patterns and everything in there. It's really neat. So check that out. But anyway, this sweater is what I'm knitting, and I did make some progress. I did forget to put a progress keeper in here last week to see how far I had gotten, but I did finish the first ball of yarn and got on to the second ball. So here you can see the increases for the sleeves, which is this part here. So there's a shoulder and there's a shoulder. I guess you can see it a little better this time. And here's the neckline. So I'm going to do exactly the same thing. I am making a size up from this because I do want it to have a little bit more positive ease. And I am going to stick with the 3/4 length sleeves. I am thinking though, instead of doing ribbing like I did on this one, that I might try and see how seed stitch looks. I just wonder if it's going to, probably can be blacked out because it is, 100% wool, that yarn, but I'm wondering if it's going to kind of, I'm wondering how much the gauge is going to change, and if it's going to make the sleeves look kind of like a bell. But I was thinking about doing seed stitch on the cuff of the sleeve as well as the bottom of the body, and I want to knit it longer. This one comes right to my hip, and it's perfect for just with jeans or whatever. But I'm thinking that I might actually like to make this one longer. I keep going back and forth about how long, but I'm thinking more of what you call a tunic length. I think it'd be really cozy with a pair of leggings and boots or whatever. But you could also wear it with jeans. We'll see. But I am enjoying it. The color that I'm knitting it in, like I said, it is Knit Picks palette. This is called Mineral Heather, and I really love it. It's this neat purpley gray, and it's got more depth than it's showing, but the color is pretty true. But if you really look, it does have more shades of, well, you can kind of see some like gray and almost like a burgundy or a maroon in there. It's really very, very pretty. The needles I'm using are Knit Picks as well. In case you haven't noticed, love Knit Picks. They're called 4 Square, and I have never tried those before. They actually are. It is I'm knitting them on a circular needle. I think I've got them on a 24-inch at this point, but it's really neat. They're wood. This is part of the interchangeables, but I don't think you're not gonna be able to see. They're not round. They are squared off. So it has like 4 flat sides. And I was curious about how I was going to feel about that. I didn't know, I didn't know. So I tried them and I love them. Yeah, really, really nice. And I like the warmth of wool anyway, or warmth of wood rather, in a needle. I do have, needles that I love that aren't wood, but when I'm going to be doing a lot of, just round and round and round stockinette, I feel like I'll make fewer mistakes with a wood needle because it does grip a little bit more. And I also feel like the warmth of the wood in my hand, especially in the colder months, helps me to work a little longer. So I'm going to keep working on that. I'm hoping by next week that I will be to where I need to, what is the word I'm looking for? Not bind off, but just put the sleeves on holders and continue down the body. We'll see how I'm feeling. Sometimes I do the sleeves first because everybody talks about Sleeve Island, and I don't know what it is about sleeves. They're not that big, but boy, it can really just feel like a slog. So I think when I did this one, I did the sleeves first, and it really helped me to feel like, okay, now I just got to do the body, and it was just a straight shot to the end. But we'll see how I feel in the moment. The other thing, and I don't have any of it over here, but the other thing that I realized while I was kind of going through my stuff, feeling overwhelmed by all my supplies, is that I have a ton of cotton. I think it's all Dishy from, you guessed it, Knit Picks. I have a lot of colors, and my original intent in buying all of that cotton was that I was going to make washcloths and pot holders and that kind of stuff and give them as gifts and sell some. And I have sold quite a few actually, but that being said, I have a lot left, and I think it would also make for nice travel projects to be able to just take that along and crank out some washcloths, whether I knit them or I crochet them, I don't know. Again, it'll depend on how the mood strikes. But just to be able to get some of those things out of my stash, use them, gift them, sell them, whatever it is. I just am having an organizational bug. There are my words. So we will see exactly where I land up with all of that. But yeah, just going to keep working on the sock, working on the sweater. I'm still working on it while I'm reading my book. I think I had mentioned last time I'm reading a series by Sarah J. Maas. I think it's best known as the Court of Thorns and Roses series, and I bought the entire thing, or I was gifted by my husband for my birthday, the entire thing on my Kindle, so it's really nice. I can just pull it up and work on that sweater, and because it's all stockinette and very simple increases, I just knit and read. So I'm going to continue to do that as time allows, and we'll see where I am up to next week, but I am going to try to remember to put a progress keeper in there. I think that's all I have for this week. So, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please consider giving me a like, subscribe. I would love to have you back. You can always hit the notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming content from me. And I hope you are all doing well, and I hope to see you back here in a week. Thank you. Bye-bye.